Welcome to Satsang. So, in living, if we discredit our future or our projection to the future, we find that there's only now. And if we have no future and we only have now, why would we ever postpone anything? Why wouldn't we just fully live in this moment? Why wouldn't we give it our totality? It is this incredible ability we have to project to the future, thinking that somehow later we can do things, that stops us from living now. Because we can do it later, according to our dream. Of course, later comes and there's a new projection about later and doing it later. And so we never get to fully live in the moment as a result of this projecting to later and this postponement that we find ourselves in. People postpone the idea of enlightenment included in this. Oh, later, maybe next life if you live in India. But there is no later. There is only now. It's all about now. The people who live in the now are the people who live. The people who live in later only think they're living. They're actually dreaming. Maybe not even a good dream. Maybe a stale second-hand dream. Like a midday movie they've watched too many times. The power is in this now, this moment. You can live now, you can't live later. Later doesn't exist, it's your imagination. So what do you put off? How do you postpone your life? Do you love fully? Do you give your totality to the people, your friends, your lover, your children, the people in your life? Or do you think somehow there's going to be a later when you can do that? And that it'll all be okay because there's a later. Well, this is a bit out of touch with reality because reality says there's only now. Later doesn't exist, it's imagined. If you hold back now, pretty surely you'll hold back later. Because you won't change. So, whoever you're with, you be total with them now. You give them your totality like it's your last moment on earth. And see how your life changes. See how it is when you say hello to the cash out girl at the supermarket. If you give her your totality, what life there is in that. Instead of she asks, how are you today? And you go, okay. Dead as. Because you're not even responding to her. Not in a way that's a real response, it's just a reaction. Because you're not really present to her. You're not giving her your totality because you're not living in the now. You're living in your head. In the now, you can be total with everything. You can be total with the footfall that happens when you put your foot on the ground. You can be total in your hand movements. With every breath. You can breathe and be alive. In the moment, you can be aware of it. Or you can be dreaming about something else. Some stale idea of where you're going or where you've been. It's up to you. You're creating your reality all the time by the way you think. Or the way you don't think. And by your actions. I encourage you to give up the future and to live in the present. Where you can only truly live. Because there is no later. There is only now. And if you're interested in getting back to now, from the dream that you discover yourself to be in, because projection's a dream, the only practice I know that works is mindfulness. Being aware of what is real. Whether it's your hand, whether it's your voice, whether it's the sound of something over there, whether it's your footfall, anything but what you think, because what you think is dead. By the time you comprehend it, it's already in the past. So mindfulness brings you to the present moment and takes you out of this dream that you find yourself in. And meditation is mindfulness. Mindful of what is real, what is here now. And what a wonderful place it is to live in this moment. I don't know about you, but I don't think living in your head is such fun. Living in projections of later, postponing everything until a later that doesn't exist, I don't think that's much fun. The now is awesome. You reclaim now by having a practice of bringing your awareness to now and now and now and what you're doing now. Not what you're thinking now, but what's happening here. And a lot of the time there's not much happening, but at least you're here instead of here. Because this is dead. It's a desert actually. It's an old dream. So it's up to you. How are you going to live your life? Only you can make it happen for you. Nobody else can do it for you. Only you can make it happen for you. Thank you for Satsang.